So we're going to go ahead and talk about kind of where the division series sits and how these wild card games went today. We're going to start with the last game first. This one being the Yankees and the Red Sox. Now, this game was fun. I mean, Cam Schlittler for the Yankees. What did he go? 8 innings pitched, 5 hits with 12 strikeouts. They turned the ball over to David Bednar. 1 inning pitched, he walked 1 and struck out 1 in this outing. And their offense really got off to a hot start in that 4th inning versus Connolly early. He pitched 3 2/3, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Definitely some shenanigans in that inning where I think that a couple of different plays could have been made. And unfortunately for early, they just weren't in this one. And so the Yankees take this one in pretty convincing fashion. Ahmed Rosario had an RBI. Volpe had an RBI. Wells had an RBI. Aaron Judge 0 for 3 in this one. So just keep that in the back of your mind there. Aroldis Chapman looked good, but at that point it was too little too late. And the Yankees lost this one 4-0. They're going to go on to take on the Toronto Blue Jays in the division series. It's going to be a fun matchup because obviously both teams were fighting for the top spot in the AL East at the end of the season. And when it turned out that the Blue Jays came away with the division, we knew they were going to be basically awaiting either the Red Sox or the Yankees. So I think it's fun that it is the Yankees. The Blue Jays are rested. They can go with Chris Bassett if they want to, Max Scherzer, whoever they want to go with to start this series. Whereas on the flip side of things, are the Yankees going to be okay with going to Max Fried on short rest, or are they going to have to go somewhere else? So that's going to be a pretty fun series to watch, in my opinion. But as for who I want to win in that one, actually, let me make a poll for you guys for who I want to win. And again, if you guys are watching on the replay, just leave it in the comments down below. Let's make a poll on who we want to win that series. Or I guess who will win. Who will win? Yankees, Blue Jays. We'll go ahead and start that poll up, and then we'll go ahead and we're going to talk now about another division or another wild card series here that ended today. Obviously, we know that the Dodgers and the Reds, that series is already over. The Dodgers won that series pretty handily. But over here between the Padres and the Cubs, now this game, it was kind of all Cubs the whole time. 2 runs in the second, 1 run in the 7th, 13 hits from the Cubs. It got a little hairy there in the 9th inning. The Padres were able to score 1 on a home run from Jackson Merrill. They had some guys on. There was a lot happening. And Andrew Kittredge, I believe, is the one who came in and shut the door. Oh, no, Andrew Kittredge, right? Yeah, Andrew Kittredge came in and shut the door. Brad Keller had a rough go of it. 1 1/3, 2 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Tyone, I mean, for what it's worth, Jameson Tyone had a great game. 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts, no walks, no earned. His pitch count was up there way quicker than I think they thought it would be. Michael Busch hit a big home run in this one to give the Cubs some insurance in the, what inning was that, the 8th? In the 7th. Pete Crow Armstrong came through with an RBI single. Dansby had an RBI in this one. And yeah, for the Padres, I mean, when you have the top 3 in your lineup of Tatis, Arraez, Machado going 0 for 11 with 1 walk, you're not gonna go very far when those 3 guys are struggling. On the pitching side of things, Yu Darvish didn't have a great start. He lasted just 1 inning, 4 hits, 2 earned with 1 strikeout. Jeremiah Estrada came in to relieve him. He actually covered the most innings for that Padres team, 2 innings for Jeremiah Estrada. And even Michael King got in this game, 1 inning pitched, 3 strikeouts on 1 hit. So just a lot of, I think, missed opportunities here for the Padres in this one, and their pitching staff did not do them any favors. It is what it is. So now the Cubs, chat, are going to go on to face the Brewers. Of course, that NL Central battle between the 2 teams. I honestly, I've been saying this all year, and maybe this is a me problem. I have been very much down on the Brewers all year. I don't know how they're as good as they're playing. And so I think that's a Cubs series to lose. Am I crazy for that? The Brewers literally had the best record in all of baseball this year, and I'm saying that is a Cubs series to lose. Let me know if you guys think that that's a bit of a crazy statement in your opinion. But let me pull up a oh dude, Lucario with the 199 said, appreciate that, Lucario. We're gonna end the poll. Blue Jays 78%. Lucario with another 199 with the smiley face. Appreciate that, Lucario. Who will win? Brewers or Cubs? All right, chat, go ahead and vote in that poll. We do have one more game to talk about, and this is, in my opinion, obviously, the most important game of them all. This one being the Guardians and the Tigers game. And, I mean, I will say, this game got a little crazy there in the 7th inning when, in my opinion, Stephen Vogt made some pretty bad calls in terms of his bullpen management. Hunter Gaddis gave up 2 runs, yeah, but Eric Sabrowski gave up 2 runs in a third of an inning, 2 hits. Joey Cantillo also had a bad outing, 2 2/3, 2 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Slade Ciccone only lasted 2 1/3 in this game, 2 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk with 3 strikeouts. In my opinion, they should have gone to Cade Smith instead of Hunter Gaddis in this situation. It wouldn't have mattered. They still would have probably lost in this situation. But I would say they probably should have gone to Cade Smith in this situation over Hunter Gaddis, but obviously they did not. You look through that lineup for the Guardians, they had 6 hits and 3 runs in this one. CJ Kayfus walked. You had an RBI from Jose Ramirez, and the rest were actually unearned runs on an error by the Detroit Tigers there in the 8th inning. So looking at the Guardian side of things, you had a home run from Dylan Dingler, the Tigers' first home run of the entire postseason. And Jack Flaherty, 4 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Finnegan came in and did his job. Tyler Holton did his job. The bullpen for the Tigers, which in my opinion is their weakest link, they came in and did the job for the team, and that's exactly what the Tigers needed to walk away with a 6-3 victory here. And we now know, chat, that the Tigers will be flying to Seattle to take on the Mariners in the American League Division Series. The first win that the Tigers got on the year was in Seattle, and now they're flying back to where it all started for them. It's already been announced, chat, that it's going to be a bullpen game in Game 1 for the Tigers with Tarek Skubal in Game 2. You got to take Game 1 if you're the Mariners. Now, obviously, we're Mariners fans, right? You got to take Game 1 if you're the Mariners. I think that that's going to be a really fun series, but I do think the Mariners should be pretty highly favored in that one. I'm going to go ahead and end this poll that we got going on, and I will put up a... wow. Honestly, I'm surprised. Brewers come away with this one. I really thought that we would be pulling for the Cubs there. Let's get our final poll of the night here. Who will win? Mariners, Tigers. I have a feeling I know where this one's going, but I'm gonna put it up there anyway, just in case, So, yeah, Mariners, Tigers on the docket. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be stressful. Game 1 is now set to be at 5:38. I was kind of hoping it was going to be earlier than that. I was hoping it was going to be a 1 o'clock game, but it's going to be a 5:38 start time for Game 1 and a 5:03 start time or whatever it was for Game 2 versus Tarek Skubal. So definitely a fun series. I'll be interested to see kind of how that how that works out. Obviously, we're pulling for the Mariners in that one, but it's going to be an interesting series for sure.